Good morning, guys. What's up? Let's clear the space. This is going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit of the cards and a little bit of some other things. So just take what resonates or if it suits you. Wine on Venus. Yeah, I've never heard that. Grace Bowers, I think, and Hodgepodge or something. They have a crazy name. They're like a soul, funk, jazz hybrid. Like her voice is beautiful. Wow, this is not going out. You want to check that out. That song came on and it was really beautiful. It definitely helped mellow things out a little bit. All right. I'm trying to just let what needs to come through, come through. Okay. I know I come on here and I've got this emperor out here and he's like, set the record straight. But, you know, I don't know how, like, my energy comes across, and maybe it's different for different people. And I know we live in a world that it's hard to respect a woman, like, in her power for whatever reason, or just a woman trying to like do something on her own, or probably just anybody doing something on their own. And now I'm trying to already deal with this kid. So, this is what I'm going to say, because I remember, I'm so bad about remembering names. It's Jordan somebody. Speaks a lot about relationships, and he's following his higher path, and he's very popular, but I cannot think of his last name. He says how men need to face their shame or whatever if they want to like reach their fullest potential and awaken and stuff like that, because I ultimately believe that love wins and that love covers like the hate. But on the other hand, it's like, you can't be like, you are seen as not respectable when you're too innocent or you're too naive. And that's one of those like really tough things I have to learn. And it's sad. It really is, because it's like your innocence is like the most beautiful thing about you to me. Like our innocence and our purity is to me like the most beautiful things about us. And yet when we don't heal that part of us, you know, it can be used against you. It's like literally this predator prey type of like behavior. And so if you see a woman who is trying to stand up for herself and stand on her own, and she's a single parent and she has a child with special needs, and you know all of these things, and yet you still go against her, you need to sit with that and ask yourself why. And ask yourself why you can't sit with your own pain, and why you feel the need to stalk people or try to get a reaction out of them or troll them. I will put some prayers up, and I always try to send people love regardless of what's going on. But your pain isn't anybody else's problem. Your like life choices, your whatever karma. Like I just read something yesterday about how it's like the law of karma works in a way of like you're free, you have free will, or you're able to move about freely until you make a choice, and then from that point on you're responsible for whatever like happens thereafter. So it's like, you know, for certain things, we all have these certain things. Like you might be someone who's like super, super loyal. And so then you find yourself being loyal to the wrong people, and it causes this bad karma and stuff. But it's like, those are still choices that you make to still be in those people's lives, even if you're fighting all the time. This is an example, y'all, because I know that loyalty is one of them for me too, for me for sure. And I think that the people who like follow other people and like kind of use that excuse when they're really stalking them is like you think that you're like loyal to the end, but that can easily be like our downfall. Like that's the thing. And so it's like there's always this need for discernment and weighing the options. And I mean, we're still trying to figure out this whole boundary thing. So I know that we're all figuring this out together, and how to really create these, it feels like to me, at least anyone who's healing, is like you want to create these healthier environments. But nonetheless, it's like this narcissism empath battle is like, to me, the main thing that's going on here. And until you've healed your shadow, it's like, it's dangerous. All right, this is the last thing I'm gonna say on that, is like, you know, things like if you don't want to see others happy, or if you get some kind of like enjoyment out of seeing people fall or fail because you're like, it makes you feel better about the failures you've made. You know, that's the stuff that we all need to sit with, because that's the stuff that's not healthy. Because we should want to see each other happy. Like, that's how it is for me. It's like, I want to see others happy. I try my best to stay in my own lane. I make mistakes just like everybody. All right, I mentioned that I was going to touch on covens, so I'm kind of pulling from the energy here. I didn't speak directly about the cards, but there is an abuse of power out here, and like lack of judgment. So I'm getting like there's a lot of like mental turmoil going on right now. There is a lot going on astrologically, and we're living in a time with AI and with a lot of people who are like on the healing path and awakening, who just, there's a lot of like false information, false prophets, whatever. Like, I'm not speaking that to anyone in particular. I'm just making the point of like the amount of false information that's out there, and the illusions. It's like we're living in a wild time. So it's like discernment is crazy, and also like needing to spend time like in self-reflection. It's like, it's almost like it's becoming mandatory, because otherwise you're just always stuck in illusion or something. I don't know, but okay, I don't want to get off track here. Okay, so what I've collected is that, and I don't know more so on cults because I haven't had that much like experience, or like I don't know so much about that, but when there's a group or like a family, like there's like a close-knit group, and something very evil happens, like there's a murder, there's some kind of like something that's so impactful that impacts the whole group happens, and instead of the group choosing to heal and come together through that, they choose to cover it up. They choose to pretend like it's fine. They choose to pretend like it didn't happen. You start playing this pretend game, and then the evil, the devil, takes over, and that's how a group becomes a coven. So that's, to me, what happens. It's like there's all these different plays from like the idea of trilogy and the idea of a tribe, where it's like if there's not someone who's the glue, then there's someone who's like the ringleader. And that's the difference of having like a tribe, a soul tribe. It's like, because like I think about the people, a lot of the readers who kind of have this tribe that like follows them and comments and stuff like that, like they're trying to push each other to be better. They're trying to grow. They're trying to support each other. And with a cult and a coven, it's like you get together and you like, so just the idea, it just came to me, but like the idea of the hyenas and the Lion King came to mind. It's like, that's kind of like you kind of come together and you literally like kiki or whatever the term is, like you gossip, like it's like you do, and you slander people. And it's like, I've just observed these things and I've seen it happen time and time again. And we've normalized gossip. Like people, it's like, it's so normal to just talk about the people that you know, and it only takes one person to say something negative for it to potentially go down. And so, anyway, that's what's come to me about that. I'm like I said before, like I'm depleted today. So I'm sorry that I couldn't, like that's the thing for me. I'm like, I want to keep doing this. I want to figure out what I can do. I'm already in like a difficult position with the situation that we're in and financially and stuff. So it's like, when you're staying on your own, of course you have to like stand up for yourself and protect your little family or whatever it is, but yet at the same time it makes you this vulnerable target. So it just gets old. I do appreciate, of course, anybody supporting, even just with like appreciation or anything like that is greatly appreciated. And I know that we just have to keep trucking and like accept the world as it is. It's not like we are our own little creators, of course, too. And it's like I spoke that the other day, whatever that day was that I did that read, it was like 3 days ago. And I spoke about how like all the eyes are on you. And that was that day I had that crazy upset with Teddy at the store that morning. And then I think it was the next day was that yesterday or was that 2 days ago? I don't know. It was like the next day. And all these, and I'm telling you guys, we do this thing where we go and I take him to go swim in the bay, and we do it often. And it's like most of the time people don't even like, sometimes there's not that many people, but like usually even the people walking by like don't just ignore us. And this time I swear every person that came by, like this one guy was like checked up on me, and this other lady thought that she knew me, and it was like so strange. It was like very much like people's eyes were on us, and and that's how you know that it's like what you speak can really come. It's like we're having to go through all these tests and stuff and lessons too, and yet at the same time we're also creating our reality. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Stay safe. If there's more that comes to me about like anything, like how would you describe that? A cult like comes to me, we can talk about it. And I'll let you guys know if I'm gonna do a live later, if you guys want to pop in. Because even though I get sassy and whatever, because I feel like that's part of the journey and part of the fight, it's like ultimately I still want to see people come together. It's like that's always going to be what your heart is pulled back to, is it's like this idea of unity, but yet we are living in a separate world has like insane amounts of mental like turmoil, I feel like is the word that's coming to mind. So let's try to give each other grace. I love everyone regardless. Let's keep our energy clear and keep ourselves protected. All right, bye guys.